Anyhow, Bill Keller with liveprayer.com on the line with us. Bill, we've had a number of Christians killing people recently. Should we be profiling for Christians?
Last I checked, it was Muslim men who flew those planes into the Trade Center. Last I checked, the 120 thwarted terror attempts in the last 8 years in this country have all had a common thread. They were all Muslims.
Then you're only looking at Muslim terror attempts. What about the guy who put 200 bullets into the police cars as he was on the way to the Tides Foundation to murder all the men there? All the board members. That guy was a white Christian.
Tom,
what about the guy who murdered the guard at the Holocaust Museum? Another white Christian.
Tom, here's the difference. You're always going to have whack jobs out there like the deranged kid in Tucson, lone wolf, not operating off a religious.
I'm not talking about this guy. I'm talking about people who are running on religious and political agendas and using them to murder, and they're right-wing Christians.
Tom, here's the bottom line. Christianity does not teach that. Islam does.
Christianity certainly teaches that, Bill. Jesus said, "I didn't come with I came with a sword."
Violent, death, and war. That's their whole history.
Bill, you know the Bible. You know that Jesus said, "I came with a sword."
The Christian church denounced.
You can probably cite that verse,
Bill. You don't have these Muslims denouncing all of these.
Bill, do you remember the verse that I'm talking about? Because I don't remember it word for word, but it was, "Think not that I have come bearing peace, for I have come with a sword." Was that it?
But it was not to incite physical violence.
Then why did he walk into the temple, flip the tables over, and whip people?
On the other hand, is about listen. Hey, Tom, I'll tell you what.
Then why did Jesus walk into the temple, flip the tables over, and start whipping people?
He wasn't whipping people. He was chasing them out of the temple for being money changers. But listen, when we start having Nordic grandmothers running planes into buildings and plotting to blow up Times Square and killing innocent people, when you have a 1,400-year tradition of Nordic grandmothers doing that, then guess what? They should take Nordic grandmothers off.
Bill, we've got a 3,000, Christians have a 3,000-year, a 2,000-year tradition of killing people, of conquering people, of murdering people in the name of Jesus. And the Judeo-Christian. And did you know, Bill, that Jesus is mentioned more often in the Quran than is Muhammad? Than is the prophet?
Actually, the few times where you've had incidents of Christians doing that, they are acting, and here's the difference, they are acting in opposition to what the Bible teaches. When Muslims kill people, jihad, that's acting in accordance with their teaching. Did you hear about the plane this morning? Guy was trying to get into the cockpit, and they had to physically, the passengers physically restrain him. Guess where he was from? Yemen.
Well, and this is why we don't need all this security theater, because I'm telling you, after 9/11, nobody is going to get into any cockpit anywhere because the passengers are going to take them down because they've done it several times. But what does this have to do with two guys who were double checked, literally double checked? They went through a complete security check once, including the go through the porno machine, get the grope, and then they got on the plane, and then they got off the plane. They went through another security check. TSA said these guys have nothing on them except their underwear, and there's no bombs in it, and still the pilot said, "I'm sorry, they're dressed like Muslims, I'm not going to fly them." Doesn't that smack to you of get to the back of the bus, 1956?
Too much precaution, but it's better to take too much precaution than not enough precaution. I get sick. I just flew this morning from New York Airport down to my home in Naples this morning, and they're frisking old ladies, they're frisking old men and stuff when they should be targeting Muslims, people of
Bill, they did on this plane.
That's called profiling. I know people don't like that, but I'll tell you what, until it changes, that's what they should be doing.
Okay, here, clip 6, Jacob. Here is Michael Greer. He was a passenger on the plane talking about who he saw being pulled out of line to be searched of all the passengers on this plane.
From what I saw before I boarded the plane, those were the only two passengers that were screened.
There's your profiling.
And I'm glad the TSA is finally getting some common sense.
So those guys were screened. There was nothing wrong with them.
Right.
And the pilot said, "I'm not going to fly them because they're dressed in Muslim garb." What's it going to take? I mean, do you really believe that because somebody is of a religion that has 1 billion people and a few thousand crazies, and as I said, Christianity falls into that category as well.
1,400-year history of this kind of action. Only now because
Bill,
we have the
look at all the people that the IRA killed. I mean, you know, are you going to say Catholics can't fly?
Pardon me?
Look at all the people the IRA killed. Are you going to say Catholics can't fly?
Back in that day, that was a good procedure, and that used to happen in London and over there where all that was going on. And they didn't screw around. It's like Israel. Israel doesn't mess around. You know what they do, Tom? They profile people because they know who the people out to get them. Do you believe that there is a religion out there called Islam that has as its agenda to destroy this country? Do you believe that?
No.
You don't?
No, and I don't think any rational person does, Bill. I think that is the hallucination of a. You're not even going to let me finish the sentence, are you? I think that is the hallucination of a small and terrified minority or of religious bigots.
Really? Well, I think you should read the paper more often, Tom, because this is what they actually address.
There are extremists within Islam who want to kill people
in this country yet, but as their numbers go, hey, ask the German chancellor.
Bill, ask the woman who died at
Muslims in their country.
Ask the woman who died at the Olympics in Atlanta, who's trying to terrorize America. That was Eric Rudolph who murdered her, was it not?
That was a lone wolf acting as
He was not a lone wolf. He had a very extensive Bill, let me finish the damn sentence. He had a very extensive support network, and you know it. There is an extraordinary support network in this country for Christian terrorists who want to bomb gay bars or kill abortion doctors.
And anybody that does that is operating outside the confines of what the Bible teaches.
Not true.
However, when a Muslim
not true, and you know it.
They're acting in accordance with what Islam teaches.
What did God tell Joshua to do, Bill?
Pardon me?
What did God tell Joshua to do when he went to the city of Ai in the Bible?
He told him to kill every man, woman, child, and living thing. And can I tell you why?
And to cut open the pregnant women's bellies and even kill the dogs.
And can I tell you why?
Because they practiced a religion that was blasphemous.
Back in the day of Joshua, where their enemies had no desire for peace, their only desire was to destroy the children of Israel, just like Israel today is threatened by the Iranians and by other nations.
So kill every living person, including the children. Now, that's the history of Christianity. That is in the Christian Bible today, and you're saying that there's no violence in our Bible?
What I am saying is the Bible does not teach that. You're talking about the Old Testament before Christ came. You're talking about
we've already discussed
Jesus. The Bible
Jesus.
does not teach that kind. Listen, here's the bottom line. To become a Christian, Tom, in accordance with Christian theology, you have to make a conscious decision to accept Jesus as your Savior.
Bill, tell that to the guys who are killing. Tell that to the guys who are killing people in Jesus' name. Bill Keller, liveprayer.com. Thank you, Bill.
Take care, Tom.